welcome to NAB Show 2024. I'm Lisa Collins, and I'm delighted to be joined by Edouard Prévost, who is from Carrick Skills. Edouard, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, first question, tell us a bit more about Carrick Skills.
Well, Carrick Skills provide an engine to run file-based workflow. So for any company that has a lot of media to process, which would be transcoding, transport, archiving, unarchiving, auto QC, sending to a PAM, whatever, we will automate all the steps that need to be done to have business workflow and a business running for our customers.
Great. And what makes you guys different?
Well, we focus on efficiency, and efficiency for us is mostly around four topics. First thing is designing the workflows. Of course, when you have a business workflow, you have to adapt to the business of your customer. So from our technology we have designed, we provide workflows for less than half the price our competitors do, which is very interesting for our customers because time is money, and time to market is very important for them as well. So that's the first thing. Secondly, when the workflow are running, the maintenance of our systems are very much easier than with a general system. We also focus on infrastructure management. Infrastructure in media and entertainment, generally speaking, is a key topic because files are very heavy, processing times are very long. So we've worked a lot on that to provide something where tasks are very much prioritized. So we focus on due dates, have a machine learning system that will analyze how much time every task should take, so that we can feed all different vendors' systems at the right time to do the right job, and not having things which are completely clogged with the things. We are able to integrate resources on the fly as well. So when you have a vendor to do transcoding, for instance, we are able to mix different transcoding technology or different transmission technology, or whatever technology you are using, as long as they generally do the same thing. Even if it's completely different, we'll be able to mix them, which brings us to the last thing, which is having the ability to overflow very easily. If your infrastructure is not big enough to process with the due times you want them to do, we will not do magic and make the things go faster, but we will be able to integrate in your ecosystem third-party systems so as to do more with the same amount of things.
And what makes you guys different?
We are focused on efficiency. Efficiency is mainly around four topics for us. First thing is designing workflows for our customers. Time is money. Time is also time to market, which is very crucial for them. Our technology that we have made in our system allows us to design the workflows in less than half the time our competitors do. And the good thing with that technology is as well that the maintenance, we have the capability to have that time wind as well. So very easy to maintain and have the workflows living with the life of a company that needs changing their workflows from time to time and things like that. Second thing turns around the infrastructure management. We're very strong in that, mainly because we have been using that kind of technology and seeing how it works. You always get to the point where the infrastructure is the key point. You can't turn around, and tasks are long to be processed. There's a huge amount of tasks to be processed, so we needed to do something so that the prioritization of tasks would be much more accurate than what you have on the market, generally speaking. So for instance, we work with due dates that are minute-based, and we have a learning system that will know in how much time this kind of task should be processed, so we can do a retro planning of everything that should be done and feed the different vendors' system exactly when they can operate and with the task that is the most prioritized. We also have the ability to integrate on the fly different infrastructure, which allows us to have different vendors do the same thing parallel, which is a very strong point as well, because when you're stuck with one vendor to do transcoding or to do quality checking, well, very easily, it's complicated to move from another one. So you can have mixed farms of processing together. And the last thing that goes with it is that when we analyze that your infrastructure will not be able to process in the due times that you've given your workflows, we are able to integrate exterior capabilities so as to go on the cloud and, for instance, or a third-party system, and make sure that the most of the work can be processed within your deadlines. Third thing around efficiency is the daily efficiency. When you have very high loads of processing to be done, we wanted our technology to be sure it will get done and it will not get slower and slower because there's too many jobs and the system cannot get that done. With that, so we have very high volumes of data that can be processed. With that, we have a supervision which is crystal clear, which allows all the operators to be very much aware of what's happening, generally speaking, on the platform, but also very specifically on one production, on one item. You can research and find all the data without going to search for IDs and match the IDs to understand what's happened on such a movie, for instance. So very easy to find out the data. And last thing is the licensing, because at the end of the day, money is a topic. So we've got very comprehensive plans, either SaaS, either licensing, where you can buy the license, and that adapts to every customer's requirements and what he's looking for.
Excellent. And what are you showing here at NAV?
Well, we're showing our micro workflow technology with two main things. The first thing is that we are able to get the business logic out of the workflows so as not to have very complicated workflows with all the combinations. And we don't want our workflows to look like spaghetti dish with plenty of things going all around. So that's the first thing. Second thing is also all the storage logic that usually go with a workflow. We get them out of the workflow as well to keep that easy to maintain, to evolve, so you can change your storage very smoothly as well. So all that kind of thing. More specifically, this year, we are releasing More specifically this year, we are releasing a human task player, which allows us to cover workflows where we have verification processes that were complicated to do. Now we have the video straight in the human task and in the ecosystem. So you always have video plays on the show floor here. But the idea here is to have the video player when you need it within the workflow. And this is something rather new. We've had also last year a new plan for partners that want to white label our technology and provide it under their brand. We've done a few signatures lately, and so we can't show it because of course it's white label, but we've got some of our customers which are on the show floor with that, and this is for us a great pleasure. And last thing, we have new SaaS offers as well for our customers, and specifically on-prem SaaS offers, which is rather rare. So that means that you can have everything on-prem on your ecosystem, but still being on SaaS, which is rather powerful. And we're very happy to have new references, both France Télévisions, which is one of the European biggest broadcasters, perhaps behind BBC, but still. We have two projects with them going on, which is which are both very interesting, and a big post-production as well, Atlantis Télévision, which do a huge bit of the French post-production. So very happy to be working with them and helping them to be more efficient in their daily operations.
Excellent. And can you talk us through what we might see next from Carrick Skills?
So, only if you don't say too much, too
I
loud.
promise.
We're working very hard on our eco responsibility. This is something we've been always looking at, because being able to agglomerate different technologies allows us to have within our customers, even today, people that should change their transcoding capability, for instance, that will keep their old ones and just add what they need and don't replace everything. Because for us, it's a bit of a shame to put everything away, whereas it's still working for quite a few things. So we've always done that since the beginning, but now we're working on the exact footprint of what your ecosystem is producing as a carbon footprint, and more than just seeing what it's doing, it's simulating what changes in your ecosystem will be able to do for your global footprint as a company. And for companies that do post-production, for instance, they will be able to see, okay, for this customer, I've got this footprint because we know which workflow and which components work for what. And so both giving more visibility on the footprint and how it's cuts it, and giving capabilities and seeing how you can get that better.
Sounds great. One last question for you.
Yeah.
What does NAB show mean to you?
Well, it's the biggest of the rendezvous. Of course, it's the reference, perhaps with IBC as well, but for us, it is a reference. We came here quite a few times as visitors, and we were hesitating at coming as exhibitors, but each time we came, and it's third time in a row, we've been very happy with the people we've seen, even for the French market, in fact, and European market, generally speaking. We see people here that could come to IBC, but we miss them at IBC, and we see as well vendors that are interested in our technology, and because they are based in America, we can't see them. We don't see the right people in IBC. So for us, it's very interesting to be in the NAB show, both for the visitors and the vendors, because we're a technology where the relationship with other vendors is essential. People don't just wake up in the morning and say, oh, I need an orchestration. It's generally something that goes through vendors and stuff like that.
Excellent. Well, Edouard, I wish you all the best for the rest of the show, and thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you very much, and see you soon.